At the press conference yesterday, Sebastian Fundora, after his knockout win over Cordell Booker, he aimed for his next opponent. I know that Xander Zayas was at the fight trying to get a face to face, a face off with Sebastian Fundora, but it seems like Fundora's looking towards a Charlo fight, and a lot of people say that don't make sense right now. He's inactive. Charlo isn't inactive right now. He's actually looking to return. They said in what, June or July. So from what I'm hearing, him and Fundora could possibly fight June or July. And I think that's a real situation because Fundora, he's a guy that has a mandatory that he needs to be taken very soon with Zayas, and if he fights Charlo June or July, that would definitely make a lot of sense. If he doesn't have another opponent, I know Bakaram was someone who recently said he definitely would like to fight Fundora next. He's ready from what we've seen, especially after he posted the message recently. Um, yeah, congratulations, Fundora. Great performance. I'm ready. But if Fundora's gonna fight anybody, seems like Charlo's the top main name right now, and he's the person that he just said he wanted to fight. And a lot of people said why he keep calling people out that is inactive. Well, when him and Earl Spence was looking to get in the ring, Earl Spence wasn't out that long. He was out the same amount of time Terrence Crawford was. It wasn't until recently where things got postponed to where that became, an inactive situation. But with Charlo, he's looking to get back in the mix, and Fundora, that's a fight that could easily be made. He was a champion in recess, so we don't know what the situation is gonna be, but that definitely would be a good fight between Fundora and Charlo. That did, that isn't something a lot of people was looking towards or as the next option, but it makes sense when you look at everything. If Spence is not the next guy, then you know it makes sense that Charlo would be. Now that's a good fight though. It's a very good fight for the summer. Definitely a main event fight. Um, I don't know. From what I'm seeing, they can keep 54. I wouldn't say like as far as just at one promotional company, but if they have like a lot of 154 champions or contenders, it makes a lot of sense for them to get a lot of these fights done, especially before everything kind of starts going a little bit faster. And they already starting this boxing league coming up, so we don't know what kind of factor that's going to make when things really get to rolling. But it might be a lot of undercard guys that might jump ship eventually. Who knows? But yeah, this is definitely going to be a factor in the landscape at 154 with Fundora and Charlo. A lot of people didn't like him calling out Charlo. I mean, it is what it is. It wasn't a name I was expecting, but definitely makes sense as far as what moves they can make next. But yeah, they got a lot of things coming up right now. And if they said Ortiz won't be back until like the end of the summer, he's not going to be returning fighting a guy like who's a champion or something right now. I'm hearing it's going to be like a top 10 guy. So it'll be a tough opponent, but it won't be a, um, a champion or anything next from what I'm hearing. So yeah, this definitely makes sense. This will be the toughest fight he can make. And before Zayas, mandatory, anything, that situation happens, yeah, this fight can get made, but I don't know. Maybe they could turn around and make the fight happen, between Zayas and Fundora. It could be like a Morrell and Benavidez situation, but we'll see.